What do you say? You want to see my secret?
Hey guys, it is time for another week of Abby's Window. Welcome to you all. And listen, the first thing I want to just say to everybody is I hope everyone out there is staying safe. We all know the things that are going on in our world. Again, I hope you and all your family and friends are staying safe out there. And listen, we're going to just take you away from that a little bit. That's really all we can do. We're a wrestling show about Bray Wyatt. So obviously some escapism, and that is what we are here to give you. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our host, Jodie. Jodie, what's going on?
Hi, everybody. Not much going on. Been working on schoolwork today. So
Abby has schoolwork today. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds amazingly fun. Well, let's say welcome to some people here. I saw, let's see, Wrestling Daze fan. Welcome, Monica King. Don't ever let people say you're late because you were second in line. So there you go. Monica was right on time, actually before right on time. DJ B. Tazzy, John, James. Let's see, who else do we got here? Jake, Kyle, welcome. Isman, welcome. Josh, welcome. Nails, welcome to you. Sean, welcome. Rusty Shackelford, welcome to the show. So welcome everybody, and we are glad you could join us today. We are gonna just kind of talk about some random stuff because obviously we got nothing. We got zip on SmackDown last week, which we kind of knew. Obviously, if you joined us for our video that we did last week, you guys all know that Bray had his second child. And
technically his fourth child.
Correction. Yes. Fourth altogether, second with this marriage, I guess I should have put it. Sonny Wolf, hello to you. Yeah. So he had that second. And by the way, just so we don't ever, we're not ever in the thing where we're told that we don't correct ourselves when we screw up. So the whole Kane and Brace thing, that was a Joe Exotic cosplay. Bray was apparently in a bet. We all know he changed his name to Bray Exotic a little bit on Twitter. And so that was the picture of him kind of dressed up as Joe Exotic. So don't think there's an injury there. We think that was just a part of that bet, but who knows? Maybe he did have a small injury. We don't know. But anyway, so on from that, and obviously that is the reason why Bray was not on SmackDown and probably won't be for the near future, I would think. So let's just get into it here. So Jodie, when do you think that we will see him? I know that we talked a little bit about this with Gary Cassidy for our regular show, which is coming up later on. When do you think we will see him? I know he mentioned he thinks Backlash anyway. What do you think? When do you think we'll see Bray again?
I think it'll probably be Backlash.
Yeah.
We may get just a little, it may just be a vignette or something like that. I don't think we actually see him, attack anybody, but maybe we get little subtle hints of things to come. Honestly, I don't even know anymore. he's Kyle said it right. He's an enigma and he's very unpredictable. So
very true. Yeah, very true. I don't know. It's tough to say. Gary brought up a good point in our interview but in our opening segment of our show tonight that we had with him when he mentioned it. And the thing is, if they want to bring him in for a Fiend attack, which is kind of what we're all kind of thinking anyway, you would think that they could do that very easily without really interrupting much of his life. He could come down and just kind of film that really quick and head back home. And it really wouldn't take him that long to do that. So, yeah, I think probably a good chance that will still happen. Whether or not Miz and Morrison combine to kind of beat down Braun a little bit in this handicap match and gives Bray that opening to come in and kind of just put him down. I think the bigger question is Otis going to capitalize on this and come out and get the title? I know we've talked about that as well. Yeah, we'll see. And then obviously, I guess what they're building to is the future match, which, I mean, we're getting into June now. So, the following month, would it be in July or would it be set for SummerSlam then with Bray going up against Braun, the Fiend going up against Braun? So, that's kind of what we're thinking. I don't know. What would you rather see, Jody? I mean, are you hoping for the Braun match at SummerSlam, or are you kind of hoping that they're past that by then?
Oh no, I definitely want a Braun match for sure. Definitely, because like you said, it was Bray versus Braun, and Braun ended up committing this ultimate betrayal by stomping on the mask and all of that good stuff. So I definitely think the Fiend needs to come back and get revenge and retribution for that, for sure. Yeah,
I would agree. I think it's hard to say. I think there's going to be. I'm not sure if this feud will go to SummerSlam. I think it's gonna. We definitely got another match coming, and I think to get the title out of the way would be probably to WWE's advantage, unless I don't know. Look, we've seen them do weird things before. Maybe they will give him the belt back. I mean, everybody's already saying too that it could be Roman again with Bray hanging in the rafters coming up, and that could very well be the case. So we're not too sure. Let's see who else joins. Sean, welcome to you. Callan Corner is here. Jesse, welcome to Jesse. I said hello to Sunny Wolf, so she's here as well. So welcome everybody. So listen, guys, tell us what you think. When do you think we're going to see Bray again? Is it going to be at Backlash? Is it going to be a Fiend attack at Backlash, or are we going to not see him? For that month's time, is he going to be out with the baby and we won't see him until maybe the next pay-per-view after Backlash for the Braun match? So let us know what you think is coming up next. So one of the things I want to go over, and this is actually pretty funny. We were laughing about this before we came on today. Obviously, the one of the big things that we saw from Bray was a tweet that came out earlier today. And I actually like this a lot. Obviously, I grew up in the 80s, so I know this wrestler very well. And I'm just going to read it off here because I think it was a really funny tweet. So Bray says, Part 1, true story. When I was a kid, I was playing in a WCW locker room somewhere with a brand new Rocketeer toy. Now, if you don't know, the Rocketeer is a sci-fi movie kind of about this guy that wore this, this outfit, almost like a superhero type thing, but he, helmet, and he was able to fly. And he said, Psycho Sid Vicious thought I was being too loud. Now, if you know Psycho Sid, a big lumbering dude, pretty good agile wrestler for him, for his size. And he said I was being too loud and I was annoying him. So I shot him the bird like a man. And he promptly destroyed my Rocketeer toy. So Sid killed his Rocketeer toy, and then you can see there's a GIF of Psycho Sid making one of his goofy faces under there too. So, and then he writes Part 2, true story. Today, nearly 30 years later, my great friend, that's Jason Baker, who we have interviewed on our show, by the way, shameless plug, brought me a new Rocketeer toy and restored my faith in humanity. And he said, and guess what, Sid? I'm the man now, and you still suck. Exclamation point. And then, of course, there's a Rocketeer GIF underneath that. And then there's a third one, and down the bottom says, so dear Psycho Sid Vicious, and it has Bray's favorite team is the Oakland Raiders in football, and he has a picture of John Gruden, the coach of the Raiders, flipping someone off on the football field. So yes, so there you go. I thought that was pretty funny. Again, if you guys know Psycho Sid didn't have maybe not the smartest guy out there in the wrestling ring. So there you go. Bray versus Psycho Sid today on Twitter. Kind of funny. Let's read some of your comments here. Nail says, I think he'll be enjoying some paternity leave. I do think the 2-week quarantine thing is still in order, isn't it? Could very well be. If you travel for work, then go home again. True. He may want to stay away. He'll return at Extreme Rules, says DJB Tazzy, but he'll hint returns before then. Yeah, absolutely. Days Fan says he's going to appear at the Greatest Show. Sunny Wolf says when you finish Sunny's talking about paintings. Sunny's talking about of course she's talking about painting. She says when you finish 3 paintings for one assignment, turn it in and immediately get sent the new assignment at Jeff Watson, at me, and at Jody. Sunny's talking about her class assignments.
I know how that feels. I get a paper submitted. I got another one to write.
There you go. So
I'm right there with you.
Sonny's making chicken nuggets too. So there you go. Butterspark says Psycho Sid squeegee. Okay. They might have had some really weird Psycho Sid toys back then. Yes. Kyle says, haha, that's good. Yeah, it was really funny. I enjoyed it. Sometimes Bray will come off with something pretty funny on there. Not in the Fiend character, obviously, but come off with some good jokes on there. So I thought that was pretty good. Nail said, I think Sid was jealous that he was only half the man the toy was. Yeah, poor Sid.
Major props to Bray for giving us something to talk about today.
That is true. Yes. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yes, we do. It was a slow news week. Isman says, really don't want Otis cashing in on Braun. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I think that I think that's a way for them to get out of things. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing because I don't know that. And again, I think we've touched on this. I don't necessarily want him with the belt. I don't think he needs it. And I don't think it leads to good stories with him down the road.
I think it just slows down the overall story.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And look, I think we're all pretty much agreed that we don't want Roman just beating him for that title. So, because I mean, if that's what they're leaning towards, and there is story there. So, you could see the two of them, but again, I'd almost rather see them go at it with no belt involved because, we've heard the rumors that they want to put that belt on Roman. So I don't think him losing the belt twice in a 6-month span is a very good look.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Days Fan says Otis will lose the championship very fast if he wins it. Yeah, well, listen, man, Otis is over. Otis is absolutely over. So I don't know. I don't know if he'll lose it too fast. He's a popular dude right now, so he may keep that for a little while. I don't know how they would do a program though with him and Roman at all, because they're two faces there. I'm not too sure. Do
we think Bray ever caught the pig?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. He still may be chasing the pig. We just don't know.
I hope he caught the pig.
Yeah, we would hope so by now, or else he's when he gets home from the hospital, he's running around outside somewhere chasing the pig down. Oh man, gotta love it. So yeah, it's that's kind of where we see things for now. So look, let's go into we don't have all that much newer stuff to talk about, obviously. So let's go into
there's new Bray merch.
Go ahead, Jody. Talk about. There you go.
There's some new Bray merch out there. They've put a bunch of like tank tops and t-shirts up there. There are still some of the Kyle art left, so definitely go and get those. But yeah, they've been putting a bunch of t-shirts up lately.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think he has some kind of face mask thing too that's out there.
Oh yeah. I did see that.
Yeah, I saw that too. So yeah, so I don't know. Let's I guess let's discuss some things. And I mean, we touched on this a little bit too. So obviously, guys, get your questions ready because we'll talk to you guys as well a little more maybe than we did last week. So throw your questions out as well to us, and we'll discuss some of those. But let's get into some things. So. And I think we touched on this a bit, but we'll get back into it here. So when do you think, or do you think, now that we know WWE licensed the name Sister Abigail, when do you think we will see, or do you think we will see that character in the WWE? Or is it just because they don't want Matt Hardy using it in AEW, which has been talked about as well? So I don't know, Jodie, I know we talked about this. You had your theory about it, obviously, and you think it's going to be sometime around the Randy Orton match, whenever that takes place.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both too. I think obviously WWE knows that Bray is I think they're finally giving him the respect that he deserves and giving him the spotlight that he deserves, and they're finally starting to see what a treasure he is. And but also, Vince likes to take a stab at AEW because they're huge competition right now. I think AEW has beat NXT in ratings and views for a while now. So I think they trademarked it because A, they don't want AEW to use it, and B, it kind of keeps Bray in WWE. He now can't take that character anywhere else. He now can't take that move anywhere else. Because just because they trademarked the name Sister Abigail, his signature move, is Sister Abigail. So if he goes somewhere else, he can't take that character with him. He can't take that move with him. So yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. They want to hold on to Bray, and they want to make sure that nobody else, like AEW, can infringe on that.
We got Jake Wrestle News in the comments saying the static shirt looks like Matt Hardy's. So there you go. That's one of the T-shirts that he's talking about. Well, you know what? That's an interesting point, Jodie, that you bring up. Let's play a little fantasy Bray, shall we? A little fantasy funhouse, maybe. Listen, guys, if Bray ever did leave WWE, and I highly doubt that's ever going to happen, or Vince is ever going to allow it, but if Bray ever left WWE, where would you want to see him go, and why would you want to see him go there? I mean, I know a lot of you are probably going to say AEW, simply because Rowan and Harper are both there now. Or I'm sorry, Rowan not yet. Yeah, I'm breaking news here without even knowing the truth. I'm thinking Rowan's going to end up there, but Harper we know is there in the Dark Order. So where would you want to see Bray go if he ever left WWE? So shout it out. Let us know. Anybody, like any kind of fantasy matchups that you may have. I know, again, we talked about this with Gary a little bit, and we had mentioned Killer Cross from NXT against Bray, and just have something pop up there. I think C Wrestling mentioned that on his video as well this weekend. Let's see what you guys are saying. Bray and NWA or Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that for the sheer, obviously, I would love to see him go to AEW for the mere fact that Matt is there, and some of his old family is there, and Rowan may end up there. So just for the sheer fact of rehashing old feuds, that would be great for him to go to AEW. But my initial knee-jerk reaction was NWA, because they've got so much freedom. If you look at some of the characters with Holodead and all that other stuff, like he could pretty much do whatever he wanted to do in terms of complete creative freedom, which he may or may not have now. I think he has a lot of input now, but Vince, WWE is still going to decide where the storylines go. He's got creative freedom over his character, but if he went somewhere like NWA, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I like NWA. I like what they're doing. Robin 813 as a comment says New Japan or NWA. Yeah, New Japan is certainly a destination too. That character would probably go over. I think they like a little bit more like bizarre type characters over there. James Chadwick says Impact or AEW for the TV 14 could get more twisted and violent. Yeah, that's a good call. Impact certainly has a lot of that going on.
I'd like to see him go somewhere that will let him take that character darker, which I know is something he wanted to do initially.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon Lewis says AE yeah, look, I mean, again, that's kind of ready made with some things that are going on in AE Jake writes, he's got a matchup here, Bray versus Jimmy Havoc. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that we could see him doing, and cool people they could see him going after. So Kyle says nowhere else. So Kyle being honest and said he wants him to stay. Again, look, we're just kind of messing around obviously here. I really doubt that Vince is letting Bray leave anytime soon, being that he's his cash cow right now, and they're making big dollars off of Bray character. So I highly doubt this would ever happen. But hey, who knows? We've seen crazier things. Hulk Hogan going to WCW. Nobody ever saw that coming. So you never know. You never know. Jake says, I just want to see Fiend versus Havoc. Nail says, I selfishly don't want him with Harper because I want Harper to shine solo. Yeah, good point. Good point. I know she is a big Harper fan. I can't say anything bad about Harper because Nails I know will kill me. So yes, Impact will let him be very evil. Yeah,
that's true.
I agree. And Nails said she considers him a WWE guy. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody we've talked to, look, he's grown up there. His father was there. His brother is still around. So there's another good question. Where is Bo? And I know, again, I think C did a video over the weekend about the Funhouse, was talking a little bit about Bo as well. What's going on with Bo? Are we ever going to see Bo again? And if we do, is he going to align himself with Bray? So, and again, Jodie mentioned this in the theory as well, that maybe Bo comes back and takes on that Abigail persona, but are we ever going to see? And I kind of think, I don't know, I don't think that Bray is going to align himself with anybody anytime soon. So we did see that tweet from Bo that he's kind of changing himself up. So if he comes back, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be with Bray.
I don't think so either. If it is, it'll be way, way, way down the road. Like I said, when Abigail needs a new host, if the Fiend has an endpoint and the Fiend has to be defeated. I still think Abigail's the only one that can do that. But I think Bray has kind of set this precedent for reinventing yourself. I mean, obviously they've, everybody's been doing that for a long time, but it's a big thing right now. So, I mean, obviously we saw Liv Morgan do it. We've seen the Iconics try to get repackaged. They were gone for a while. Naomi was gone for a while and then came back. So I feel like a lot of them are kind of jumping on that bandwagon without calling it a bandwagon, because that sounds terrible. But they're seeing that it's a popular thing to do right now and it's been successful. So I think a lot of them are doing the same thing.
Yeah, that could be. Sean Rousset. Welcome, Sean. He says, what if Bo is part of the hacker story?
I'd like that.
Yeah, that could very well be. Listen, we don't know what's going on with that. We're kind of thinking it's going to be, the whole Jeff Hardy business, that he's going to get involved there, I would imagine, in some capacity. But
absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of tailor made for that. So yeah, it could certainly be. Bo would be a guy coming out of nowhere and kind of doing that. To add a little bit to that, we did see a picture of Bray up on that screen when the hacker was, doing his stuff. We saw a picture of Bray and the Fiend up there. So Yeah, I mean, maybe
Maybe the hacker knows the secret like Ramblin' Rabbit does.
Interesting. Yeah. Nail says, I'd like Bo to be mad at Bray for leaving him behind, for always favoring Sister Abigail over him, have a brother blood feud before introducing Abigail to sort them out. Ooh.
I like that.
Nice. That's a great theory. Yeah. Shout out to Nails. Awesome theory. DJ says, everybody knows Bo. No, just everybody know Bo. I think we're going back to, what is that, Bo Jackson stuff, DJ? You're showing your age if that's the case. Just kidding. I could see Bo with his own dark character by himself. Yeah, look, he's going to change himself up. Obviously, that's what he said on Twitter. So could very well be. Let's see. What else do we have here? Rusty's agreeing with Nails, who's agreeing with Jesse Callan. Everybody's agreeing. Everybody's happy. There you go. Everybody agrees.
What do you know? The human race does know how to get along.
Oh, the wrestling community does anyway, right? So
for the most part.
Yes, very much so. So, hey, listen, guys, start throwing out some questions again. And like I said, we'll answer them for you.
The Fiend versus Moxley, that would be awesome.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a good match.
And they did have a feud. So
yeah, they did. Yeah, he was involved with the Shield, obviously. So yeah, there's a little bit of beef there, I would think. There's so many things they can get involved with here. Again, I think we mentioned the New Day whenever that comes around, and different things that can happen with this. So a lot of places that they certainly can go. And the one thing is when people take a break, like he is doing here, sometimes they come back kind of full force. So you'll kind of see, a lot more of that person after they've been off for a while, kind of maybe chomping at the bit to get back at it a little bit more. So let's see. We have a question from John. John Dioria says, favorite Fiend moment and match. 2 questions in one. Jody, go right ahead.
My favorite Fiend match, I'm going to have to go with the strap match with Daniel Bryan because it was just awesome. Like, there was not a single point during that match that I was like, okay, this is going on kind of long. And it was just so, I love matches that are really back and forth like that. You really didn't know who was going to win. I mean, obviously we figured Bray would, but there was so much back and forth, and one person looked strong, and then somebody, Daniel Bryan would come out and get a lot of moves in, and hands down my favorite Fiend match so far, 100%.
And let's see here. Favorite Fiend. What do we got? Oh, Wrestling Daze fan says, who do you think will face the Fiend after Strowman? I think it will be Roman. It seems like things are pointing that way. I'll go to Jody in a second. I think it's pointing that way, but look, I'm still holding out for the Undertaker and Survivor Series. I want that in the worst possible way, so I'm holding out for that one. Jody, what do you think is up next?
I agree. I think it's probably going to be Roman.
Yeah, I mean, things are looking that way. We're hearing a lot of rumors that Roman is on his way back. So absolutely. Jake says, Nail says, what's Jody's favorite Bray merch? Bray?
Oh, you can't ask me that. I mean, my natural inclination is to say the Fiend belt, but I really, really like the I got the 2 WrestleMania posters, the big ones. I got 2 of them. The one where the Fiend is standing in the ring with his arms stretched out, and then the other one is during the Funhouse match when he was dressed up as Cult Leader Bray, and they're kind of in the same stance. They're kind of standing in the same position, but they're 2 different characters, and so I do like both of those.
There you go. Favorite merch. Awesome. Yeah. Well, the belt we know. I mean, Jody did a whole video with that belt, so we know there's a love affair with that belt going on. So there you go. Jake says, could something happen at SummerSlam as it was the Fiend's debut match? Good call. Yeah, he did debut there. Obviously, we all remember that against Finn Balor. Could something happen at SummerSlam? Absolutely. SummerSlam's a big pay-per-view. It's one of the top 3, so I would think that, yes, probably more than anything, we might see something big happen there. And maybe that's when the next feud starts. Again, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Undertaker. We'll see. And then lead to Survivor Series later in the year. So I'm thinking something's coming. So DJB Tazzy, favorite all-time Bray match, Cult Leader or Fiend? Go ahead, Jody, once again. Jody just made our video NC-17.
I can't. I don't know. I really don't. I have no idea. I really don't. I'm gonna go with just the one that pops out off the top of my head. I'm still gonna have to go with the Ultimate Deletion match.
Yeah. Okay. Just
because it's got a special place.
Yeah, it definitely does. Man, that is a tough question.
Elimination Chamber was great though.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna say, yeah. I like the Cena match, even though he lost. There are a lot. There really are. I still like the Randy Orton match as well, even though I know some people said it was hokey. The ending of it obviously wasn't the greatest when they came back into the ring, but I liked everything before that. So here's a crazy. Nail says, if you had a dinner party and invited the Fiend, what would you cook him?
Good
blood,
grief.
I don't know. Blood pudding. I have no idea.
Breakfast.
Chicken nuggies. I don't know. I
mean, the Fiend is Bray, and Bray's a meat and potatoes kind of guy. He said that before. So, I mean, you'd have to go with steak and mashed potatoes. So
yeah. That's I could see him definitely being a nice thick steak kind of a guy. Yes.
He did say in an interview once he wanted someone to figure out how to deep fry mashed potatoes. So I would probably try that out.
There you go. Nice. Sean says my favorite is the head lantern, the merch, but I don't own it yet. Yeah, that's a really cool piece. I remember when that came out and people were like shocked that they saw that on sale at an actual live event. Because they were like, wow, really? They're selling this? Jake says if Fiend changes Roman, should Roman get new attire?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why not, man? Why not?
I mean, he's changed his attire before. He's had, I think he's had the blue logo, and then he had a red logo. So I think it would be cool for him to get some new attire. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake saying stuff about Gronk. We can't talk about Gronk in this show. We can't bring up Gronk. No.
Who's that? I don't know what you're talking about.
We can't do that. We don't want to set Abby off over there. We don't want to anger Abby.
Don't start.
John asks, did you get the Fiend figure, the Elite figure? I did, yes. In fact, I got notice that it's shipping. I think I ordered that, when it was first talked about a few months back. And I know we've seen the packaging. Daze put it out. C put it out. So we've seen the packaging, and it's different than what I thought it would be. It's actually SummerSlam packaging, and it looks really good. It's Jody, did you get it?
No.
Uh-oh.
I'm not really a figure person.
Okay.
I probably will at some point, but more important things first.
Jesse says you should be cooking up some Randy Orton stew.
Snake stew.
Randy Orton stew. Oh, I don't know how Randy Orton stew would taste.
Ooh, Nails had a good question.
Go ahead. Shout it out.
She said, Jody, would you rather give Bray a sister Abigail or take a sister Abigail?
Oh boy. I think I might know the answer, but go ahead.
Take one, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was coming. Yeah, I kind of thought that might be the case there. Yeah.
Neither.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. What do we got here? Nail says, if the Fiend didn't exist, what other gimmick would you give Bray? You can steal one from someone if you like. So wow, that's a good question. What do you think, Jody? I mean, would you have kept him? Would you have brought him back as cult leader Bray if he decided not to do the Fiend?
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe with some differences.
Yeah.
Maybe being a little bit more sinister.
Hey, there's Wrestling Daze. Hi, Daze. Daze just said SummerSlam was the first Fiend match, and it's based on that. Everything in Elite 77 is based on SummerSlam attire. Excellent observation, Joe. And hi, all, by the way. So hello, sir. Nice to see you.
Hi.
And they all look cool. I didn't expect that because when they first gave the packaging, it didn't look like that was going to be the case. So they really look cool. I did not know that. Thank you for that comment as always. Sonny Wolf said, "Days." Nail says, "Who is your team dream tag partner for Bray? Dead or alive?"
Oh crap.
She's giving you some tough questions.
I know. My brain can't function right now. Dream tag partner.
Well, why don't I shout this out to the group, guys? Who is your dream tag partner for Bray, past or present wrestler? Shout them out. Who do you think is a great tag team partner for Bray?
I love Matt.
John says Waylon Mercy. That would be amazing. If we got cult leader Bray and Waylon Mercy. Jake says Boogeyman. A lot of people are saying Boogeyman. Wrestling Daze said Bo, his brother. So yeah, there you go.
I loved him with Matt, so I'm gonna have to go with that.
Jody says Matt. Yeah. Matt Hardy. Yeah. Who else do we got coming here? Bo, Taker, and Waylon, says Sonny. Butterspark says TL Hopper. Nails and NY says Papa Shango. Yeah, great call out there. King Kong Bundy says Rusty Shackelford. Wow, a King Kong Bundy reference. All right. Yeah, man. King Kong Bundy was an amazing heel.
Oh, Demon Finn Balor with the Fiend. I like that.
Yeah. Aleister Black would be one of mine. Again, Killer Cross would be one of mine. I just kind of like the evil team-ups. Jake says Vader. Sonny Wolf says Mankind. Oh, yeah, Mankind without a doubt. Undertaker. Yep, definitely. False Tension joined. Hello to you. Ramblin' Rabbit joined. And Ramblin' has a question. Well, Ramblin', what is your question? I mean, hey, you're part of the fun house, so we kind of have to answer. What's the question, bud? Shout it out.
Came.
Funhouse fan said Sting. Crow Sting would be cool. Finn and Bray could feud when normal, but tag when evil. Let's see. We got
Kane. That's a good one.
Yeah, Kane's a good shout, definitely for sure. Especially Evil Kane, kind of the one that when he first came into wrestling. Absolutely. So awesome. That's we're always looking for Rambling. We're still waiting for your question, bud. Or did Bray kill you off and you just you're gone? So shout it out, man. Let us know.
Nail said, would you rather spend a night in the cabin in the woods or a week in the fun house? I mean, you've got to go for a week in the fun house.
Yeah, I would kind of think so
a night versus a week. Yeah, I'm going to go for the week.
Yeah, especially if we're looking like, that cabin that Kyle drew. Yeah, I ain't spending no week in that cabin. I
wouldn't even spend a night in that cabin.
I'd have to pass on that. It reminds me a little too much of Evil Dead stuff, and I'm like, I'm good.
Plus, if you're spending the week in the funhouse, you get to hang out with Funhouse Bray. So, and all the puppets.
That is true. That is true. You would bet. Yep. Jodie would be having her face in the window. Yep. Yep. Rusty said he would choose both. Okay. A little bit of both, right? A little bit of back and forth. You got some evil, you got some good, you got, a little bit in the middle. Monica said a week in the Funhouse for sure. Yeah, I would definitely agree. Bray and Raven, James Chadwick says. Wow, nice. A Raven call out. Very cool. We got Ramlin's question. Who do you think is making their main roster debut on Raw tonight? Which is definitely not Bray, but okay. I don't know. Good. I have no honest idea who is making their debut tonight. It could be. I know Apollo's got somebody that he's wrestling that is kind of being held quiet. Look, we could get. I know Dijakovic from NXT was being rumored. So yeah, we could get any of that stuff. Who do you think's coming to Raw, Jodie? Do you have any ideas?
Not a freaking clue.
Well, there you go, Ramblin'.
I'm just along for the ride.
we're sorry, Ramblin', man. I look, we tried our best there, but I know you're trying to get the subject off of Bray a little bit.
Dominic, I guess.
It could be. It could absolutely be. Fiend versus Gargano, says False Tension. That would be different. Yeah. Nails keeps coming up with some good ones. You got to read this one, Jodie. Would you rather have the Fiend red light for your bedroom light, or the Fiend screams play when you sit on the toilet?
I'm gonna go with the red light.
Yeah, I would second that. I would say the red light as well. Yes. Jake says it's not Dominic Dijakovic. Okay, so it's not Dijakovic. So there you go. Yeah, DJ said it's too bad there's no sanity, no more being a good feud with that faction with faction versus Bray. Let's see, Cabin in the Woods. Sunny's talking about art. She said she's going to start selling some of her artwork. Oh, there you go. That's cool. Or make it for other people. Yeah. Hey, why not? If you can do that kind of stuff, hey, it's absolutely go right ahead. Waylon Mercy. Speaking of Waylon Mercy, after the Undertaker stuff that Brandy's doing, she knows that you guys all love Bray, and she is going to delve into Waylon Mercy and go over, do a show about Waylon Mercy, so you guys will get a little bit of a more in-depth about him as well, in case you didn't watch a lot of him. He wasn't around for very long, so that is going to come up in a few weeks once this Undertaker thing is finished. So it's Chelsea Green. Okay. Chelsea Green is coming up. Well, there you go. Nice. Ramblin' Rabbit says, thanks for the shout out. It's okay. We tried, man. We tried our best. Nails is now going to karaoke. What Bray song is best for karaoke? Funhouse, Fiend, or the old theme?
I don't sing karaoke, so I guess my favorite out of the three, I'm gonna go with the old theme.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot easier to sing. I kind of think the Code Orange stuff, unless you really got some pipes to get out that screaming when they do that part of it, would be a little more difficult to do for karaoke. So yeah. I think Funhouse would probably be pretty simple to sing. So yeah. Jodie, you have to give Jeff or Joe the mandible claw. Who's it going to be?
That's not fair. I'm pleading the fifth.
Jodie's taking the fifth on that one. Oh, man. Fiend versus Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman versus... Wow, this is just going on and on and on.
That sounds like a lot of people.
Roman Reigns versus Shane versus Kalisto. That's a battle royal there. Yeah. That's a big match. Let's see. Rusty Shackelford. Oh, geez. Rusty. Totally eclipsed. Come on. That's wrong podcast, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, goodness. Yeah, this is getting crazy. Yeah. So we love this, guys. It's it's a fun time. And listen, we know we don't have a lot of news, and it's always fun to theorize and look at what's going to happen with this character going forward, and just to see, what is going to happen, even though we know he's off for a little while. He's out of the spotlight for a bit. But yeah, so it's going to be fun to watch and see what Miz and Morrison are going to do too. I think a lot of you guys mentioned that. To see if they think maybe Bray would interact with those two and kind of root them on. Jerry Smith just joined. Hello to you. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm sure we'll get some of that this week because the pay-per-view is getting closer and closer. So we might get another segment with Miz and Morrison, and who knows? Sonny's talking about throwing pasta at the wall.
Nail said, would you like to see a reality series of Total Bray? Is that even like you're asking me that question? Do I want to see Bray on television? Nah.
Yeah, I think Jodie would get. Jodie would probably deal with a 24/7 Bray network, with nothing more than remember Christmas time. I don't know if you guys watched when they had
6 hour Yule log,
when they had the Funhouse Yule log going on. Well, look, Jodie didn't even go to her relatives' houses that day because she had to watch the 6 hour Yule log Funhouse thing over and over again, even though nothing really changed. But the puppets, but she was.
I did have it on while we were opening presents, though.
Oh, of course, yes. Let's see, what else do we have here? Jodie, I can imagine you doing that, says Kyle. DJ's.
Is he talking about throwing pasta at the wall?
I'm not sure. I can imagine doing that. So. DJ says fantasy booking Fatal 4-Way Hell in the Cell versus the Fiend versus Undertaker versus Kane versus Demon Balor. Yeah, that would be awesome. I think a lot of you guys want to see that Finn Balor match. And, who knows? I'm sure Finn will get back up someday to the main roster. It kind of seems like they're not really doing, a heck of a lot with him in NXT, but I think he'll make his way back up to the main roster. And yes, I think a lot of you want to see that as kind of an ultimate match. Now Nails is going to ice cream. Man, we're all over. Nails wants a Ben and Jerry's name of a Fiend ice cream.
I don't know a name, but it definitely will be red.
Yeah, yeah, some kind of
red velvet ice cream with, I don't know.
It'd be neat if you opened the lid and the Fiend's face was in there. Like if they somehow got a mold where they put in the eyes with like chocolate and they put in the fangs and somehow got like a mouth inside there. You remember those little ice cream pops you used to get years ago? You have the wrapper and it looked like a smiley face when you took them out of the wrapper. Well, imagine when you opened up the ice cream and you'd have the fiendish fudge swirl. There you go.
I'm digging that.
Velvet. Now everybody's into ice cream. I didn't even eat dinner yet, guys. And you're talking about dessert. Man.
If you were a Funhouse puppet, what would you be?
There you go, Jodie. Go for that one.
Oh, Huskus is my spirit animal. Come on, I'm a fat chick.
Huskus is awesome. I Huskus. What animal would you be if you're a Funhouse puppet? Oh man, that's a good one. I don't have an answer. I think they're pretty good where they are. What did we get? What were the Miz ones again? They're kind of funny.
Muscle Man mint chocolate.
Oh my goodness!
That's great.
Way to go, Rusty. Tim Hortons Fiend Donut. Sunny Wolf is a Tim Hortons fanatic. Yes.
Yeah.
She is a Tim Hortons fanatic. I've never been to a Tim Hortons, so I couldn't even
Neither have I.
We've got Dunkin' Donuts here, so I've never been to a Tim Hortons.
Man, we have a really good off topic. We have a really good Amish bakery right down the street. And they have really good donuts. And then we have probably the best glazed donuts in the country. It's like a place that's been there since like 1950 something called Long's Bakery. And they have amazing donuts. That's awesome. There you go. See, you learn a little bit about everything. Little hole in the wall, cash only place. Love it. Abby's Almond says Nails. I would be a rat if I was a puppet, says Jerry. Krispy Kreme. Oh, yeah. Who can forget about Krispy Kreme? Yes.
Let us meet in.
And an ice cream?
Yeah. Well, maybe he's thinking of a sandwich, a little
Okay.
bean sandwich going on. There you go.
Like a Fiend style BLT.
We are all over the place here today. But hey, listen, thanks guys for keeping it going. I know sometimes it's rough to find stuff to talk about, especially when Bray is not around and not having matches every week. Sorry, Sonny, I would be a wolf, Jesse says, or maybe an eagle puppet. Oh, there you go. Very nice. Sonny says an octopus puppet because I can do multiple things at once as a puppet. Yeah, that is true.
How much would it cost for you to take a mandible claw?
I think
I do it for free.
I don't think Jodie would charge for that. I was just going to say, I don't think there would be a charge for that whatsoever. That would be, no, I don't think she would charge Bray at all for that one.
No.
Oh man, Ramblin says I would like to see Abby the Witch challenge Bailey for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam or TLC. Well, that would be cool. That would be cool. Nail said, hey, there's always something great to talk about. Yes, you're absolutely right. Look, we can, the character is that kind of a character where you can just steer your eyes till the cows come home and talk about this kind of stuff all the time. So, listen, guys, thank you. And look, I hope if anything, I know we got a little silly, but I hope if anything, it took you away a little bit. Like I said at the beginning of the show,
made you smile.
Yes, yeah. Look, everybody needs that, especially with what is going on out there. I think it's good to have distractions, and it's good to get away from things for a little while. So let me just plug a couple things for our show. We've got our podcast coming up later on tonight. 11:15 is After Raw, and we'll be announcing the winner of this week's Faction Challenge and also the next challenge as well for the following week. So that's coming up at the end of our podcast. And we have some stuff in there. We've got Gary Cassidy on with us. We have Adam Rotella. His return is this week. So Adam's on there with us as well. So join us for that. We have Foul Original interviewing with us. We spoke to him yesterday, had a good interview and a good chat, and he is going to be on after NXT on Wednesday at 10:15. We will premiere that interview, and then this coming Friday we have Brandy's part 2 of The Undertaker and her hot tag. So please check those out, and if you haven't already, check us out on our YouTube page, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. What Gary just said, I'd like you guys to watch C Wrestling's video yesterday and give your thoughts to give you more to talk about. I did see
one question from Monica. If you had your own Funhouse puppet, what would you name it? I mean, I'm already Abby, so there you go. Would I be like Abby Jr.?
I always have to hearken back to Mr. Rogers. So yeah. I'm going to say Daniel Striped Tiger is what I would name my puppet. And of course, he's Tiger, because that was a puppet from Mr. Rogers. So I compare all this stuff to Mr. Rogers. Yes. But yeah, so anyway, if you haven't already, like I said, hit that like, hit the subscribe to our channel, and check us out on different mediums. We have a Facebook group now. We are simulcasting on Facebook as well. So check us out there. And listen, thank you all for coming, and we really appreciate it, spending some time with us and having a good laugh about some stuff. And we will be seeing you soon. I'll give it over to Jodie to say goodbye and close things out.
Well, we definitely needed to laugh. Yes, that's for sure. So you guys are awesome as usual. We maybe we'll see something from Bray this week. Maybe we won't. If we don't, then maybe he'll be nice and give us something to talk about like he did today. But we'll see you guys next week for another episode.
Yes, we will. We will see you all next week, guys. Enjoy your week, and again, smile, guys, and listen. Treat everybody nicely, be respectful, and have a wonderful week. And we hope to see you all later on tonight after Raw. Enjoy it, guys. We'll see you all soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Cool.
We're still live.